April 19, 1967. The skies over North Vietnam were filled with enemy aircraft. U.S. Air Force Captain Leo Thorsness was flying an F-105 Thunderchief on a dangerous combat mission. His job was simple: destroy the enemy targets, and get home alive. But that mission was about to become one of the most incredible acts of courage in the history of the Vietnam War. As Thorsness and his wingmen approached their target, enemy MiG fighter jets suddenly appeared. There were several of them. Thorsness immediately attacked. He maneuvered his F-105 aggressively and fired at an enemy MiG. The fight was fast, violent, and chaotic. But then, something went terribly wrong. Thorsness learned that another American aircraft had been shot down. His fellow pilots were now trapped on the ground in enemy territory. Normally, the safest choice would have been to leave the area. But Thorsness refused. He stayed. Flying low enough to keep the enemy away from the downed American pilots, Thorsness began attacking enemy positions around them. He was trying to buy his fellow airmen time. Then another wave of MiGs appeared. Thorsness turned toward them. He attacked again. His aircraft was heavily loaded with bombs and ammunition, making it difficult to maneuver against the faster enemy fighters. But he kept fighting. He managed to damage and destroy enemy aircraft while protecting the rescue operation. At one point, Thorsness even used his limited ammunition to keep the MiGs away from the American pilots waiting for rescue. Every second he remained in the area increased the danger to his own life. But he had one goal: keep his downed comrades alive until rescuers could reach them. Eventually, a rescue aircraft arrived. The American pilots on the ground were recovered. Thorsness had done what he came to do. But his mission wasn't over yet. He still had to escape. His aircraft was low on fuel, and the danger around him was enormous. After finally breaking away from the enemy, Thorsness headed toward safety. But the story didn't end in the sky. Just days later, on another mission, Leo Thorsness was shot down over North Vietnam. He was captured by enemy forces and became a prisoner of war. He would spend nearly 6 years in captivity. During those years, he endured brutal conditions and interrogation. But he refused to give up. Years later, after the war, Thorsness received one of America's highest military honors, the Medal of Honor. His citation recognized his extraordinary heroism during that April 19 mission. But perhaps the most powerful part of his story isn't the medal. It's the decision he made when he saw his fellow soldiers in danger. He could have flown away. Instead, he stayed, because to Leo Thorsness, leaving a man behind was never an option. His story reminds us that true courage isn't about being fearless. It's about knowing you're in danger, and choosing to protect someone else anyway. Leo Thorsness wasn't just fighting an enemy that day. He was fighting for the men who couldn't fight for themselves. And that is why his name remains remembered as one of the great American military heroes of the Vietnam War.